This is where we spill the tea. I mean, we're here.
We're on the Jones Beach Boardwalk.
Oh
Dee
my
Snyder's
God.
calling in.
Wrap it up. We've been hanging out with the hot teas.
The hot teas, by the way, armies. Hashtag Long Island Life. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, welcome back to a very special episode of Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on living your best Long Island life. And speaking of my life on Long Island, I have a very special guest host today, my oldest daughter, Kenzie.
Hello, everyone.
So I'm so excited to have you here. Sharon couldn't come this week. She's got some family stuff. And so I was like, oh, who should I have on the pod today? And then I texted Kenzie. I'm like, oh, will you guest host with me?
Well, I've been asking to be on the podcast for a really long time.
Yeah.
I feel like we always talk about, you talk about like what you're talking about on the podcast. I'm like, oh my God, I have something perfect for that.
Well, also you're like, you need me on here.
It's true.
She's always
It's
like,
true. You get all of your lingo from me.
It's true.
You get like all your stories are about like from home or about us. I'm like, I think I should weigh in.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do that today. You're going to weigh in and give your Long Island perspective from being a teenager on Long Island, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
But you know, part of the deal of the show is we start every episode with, how you doing?
How you doing?
Yay! That was good. I'm so proud of you. I know you don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's a little bit cringy.
Exactly. But, you know, it's fun, right? And it's part of our Long Island culture.
Sure.
Okay. Maybe not for the teens, but for, you know, I think it's fun. So we're going to get to know you and talk about like your perspective on Long Island and what's going on with you and getting ready to go to college next week, which I'm still in denial about, so we can't talk about it too much. But
Okay.
but I thought we'd talk about our week when we say how you doing. We always say what's been going on this week. Let me tell you.
Crazy.
It's crazy, right?
What day is it? Thursday?
It's
Already.
Thursday. And it kicked off on Monday with me. I know you're looking at her face because Kenzie knows I go to bar and I haven't been going as much lately. I don't know what my deal is. I'm never going to make my 1,000 goal.
Well, I think you just don't have one of those like challenges.
I know.
Like usually you're really annoying about those challenges. You're like, I have to go to 30 classes like right now.
I know. Like literally. Well, I've got my 1,000th class coming up. And
yeah, why aren't you like...
I don't know. It has new ownership, and I don't love some of the instructors. A lot of my instructors have turned over. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Though I've been telling you we need to find a new place. Well,
I
now
know.
I'm leaving, but
thanks.
you're welcome.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, but I woke up on Monday, and I was all ready to go to bar, and I like had a terrible cramp in my hip. I like couldn't walk. I had to get like heating pad and icy hot. I thought I pulled a muscle.
Old.
So no, I didn't pull a muscle. Turns out I'm just old, according to Kenzie.
Yeah, well, I knew it was something was up when I walked downstairs and your purse on the counter. I was like,
Oh, why is she here?
why? Yeah, I was like, interesting.
Yeah, you're like, why is mom still home?
Yeah.
And then he came upstairs and hung out with me for a while, and then I was like, well, I took a sick day, and I think I've got this whole thing numbed with icy hot, so I need to stretch it out. So let's go to the mall and do some shopping, some back to school shopping, some college shopping, and it was actually a fun day.
It was one of the most successful days I've had at the mall, I think, ever.
Yeah,
There's just good stuff going on.
there was a lot. We had a good haul.
We did, yeah.
I had to teach Sharon and the group the other day what haul meant.
Haul is so fun. Like, even, like, if I buy anything, like, I do a haul for all my friends on Snapchat. Like,
You have to tell people what that means.
like a haul is, like, what you got of everything. So, like, you would, like, show off what you got. Right? So, you go to the mall and buy, like, 5 T-shirts. Like, your haul is 5 T-shirts.
Yeah.
So, you have to, like, try them on. And, like, I think it's a thing on TikTok a lot where people be like,
okay.
they'll go, like, online shopping. They'll do, like, hauls.
Hauls.
Yeah, that's how you test out sites.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is my new haul from Rent the Runway. And they were like, what? What are you saying? I'm like, Bree, Michael, you know what this means. And they knew, you know? Nobody else there was like, we don't know what you're talking
Well, you're
about.
teaching Sharon now, but then
I
Sharon will
am.
teach you later when her kids get older.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, you'll keep each other updated.
I love that.
Yeah.
And young, by the way, because, just when you guys are gone, her kids will be.
Yeah, kids definitely keep you young.
It's true.
Keep you in the loop. You're welcome. I told you, I was like, you got to get TikTok. You got to get Be Real. I'm letting you know what's going on.
Yes. And you know what? I taught Bree about Be Real.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Be Real. Me too. I think it's so cool.
Bree's obsessed too now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I was in Target last night. Like,
well, it's like authentic, right? Because everything online is like filters and everything, but Be Real is just like, what are you doing right now?
Yeah.
You get 2 minutes to post it. Like, there's nothing edited. Like, just, and it's like a social media. Like, you follow your friend, you can react. So people go wild on there. You're like, whoa.
Okay. All right. I love it. So I do. I learn a lot from you girls, and I feel like I'm always in the know and in the loop with what's going on and what's hip. And it actually helps the whole organization. I mean, that's why we got on TikTok and channels before anybody else did. So much of what we do is, and even our merch, I'm always like, okay, girls.
Yeah, you asked me.
Yeah, and the whole house, because we have 5 teenagers. I'm like, which logo, which shirt do we like, which style? And you guys are like, I don't know what you're doing with that. Get rid of that right now. No one's going to wear that. So
we help you out a little bit.
You do, and because we want stuff that the people are going to want, and
But it's good because I like to wear it too, so I want something I'm going to want to wear.
Well, of course, and she thinks.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll take that T-shirt. I'll take that towel.
Exactly. Okay, so that was Monday. It was fun, and then Tuesday, you just finished up your job at 3 Village Inn, which has been so good to you in Stony Brook. You work at the hotel.
Yeah, I do like hotel and like restaurant, so it's like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So I get to see like everybody that works in like hotel and catering, and then everybody that works at the restaurant.
You were hired as a hostess.
Yeah,
for
I started
Mirabelle.
out as like 4 hours a week as a hostess, and I was like, oh my god, I need another job. Like, and then I started learning how to do the hotel. And since then, I've been working like a 9 to 5, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically a manager, a hotel manager.
At this
you
point,
train the managers.
I did train a manager at one point. I was like, nobody told me. She just walked in. Kenzie? Yeah, that's me.
So, I mean, you're like running that place, which is awesome. And I love that because little do you know, that's our industry.
Yeah.
And it's so...
I see everything. Weddings, bridal showers, and then hotels, everything.
And you get to see the importance of the tourism industry and the impacts it makes on people's lives, and people stay at hotels. And I think the average person really has no idea about hotels and restaurants and catering and the behind the scenes and the amount of work. And
it's crazy. I mean, I see people every day that are traveling like internationally too, like Amsterdam passports and all of this. So seeing why everyone's like on Long Island for different reasons is cool too. They'll be like, we're here for a festival, we're here for a wedding. Like, it's cool.
Travel's a big deal, and it employs a lot of people, like of your friends.
Yep.
And so I love your experience at 3 Village Inn, and I think it teaches you a lot about customer service and tolerance.
Definitely. I'm definitely known as probably like one of the least tolerant, I would say.
What? Not you.
I know. I'm very honest.
Yeah.
But I'm very, I'm good.
Because dealing with the public is...
Well, imagine, like, you're dealing with hotel guests, and then turn around, you're dealing with the dinner rush.
Yeah.
At the same time. And then drunk wedding guests. I'm like, this is coming at me from all sides. That's why I started working mornings. Because I sit up there, like, alone.
Yeah.
I need a second.
Yeah, but you do a lot. I mean, everything from housekeeping. Anyway, it's been a really great experience. And you had your, there was like a party you were going to with all your work friends on Tuesday night, and you were going to this party. And the cool thing about, I think, our relationship is we have very open communication.
Yeah.
We are very, you tell me everything that you're doing and where you're going. And, if you're going to a party, and you let me know so that I don't worry.
Well, yeah, because you're a freak about it. You're like, I can't sleep.
It's true.
Yeah.
I like guilt mom
That's
you.
why I honestly, like, I'll text you when I know you're asleep, so you wake up and, like, no, I told you.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, like, really, like, bother you, because you'll be like, you'll stay up all night, and you'll be like, I had the weirdest dreams, I couldn't go to sleep. I'm like, I can't
I don't sleep anyway, really. But, no, you're totally right. But I love that you can share with me anything I hope you feel like, and we're a good team. So, anyway, I knew you were going to your party. I knew that your besties Isabel and Elizabeth were going to pick you up from the party, and so you're going to leave your car there, and you're going to drive. They were going to drive you home.
I had a plan.
Yeah, there's a plan. Great, and great. So I go to sleep. I thought I heard you come in around 11:30.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure. I heard the door open. I'm like, okay, then I can like really sleep well.
Yeah,
but every now and then your friends will skirt into that driveway and
leave,
and you'll go to like 7-Eleven or something. Anyway, because we have that trust. And I know you're a very responsible girl. So anyway, I heard you. I thought I heard you come in at like 11:30, and then at 12:30, little Thomas is barking down the hallway because he sleeps in Teigen's room, and Duke, our other dog, sleeps in our room. So Duke starts freaking out because little Thomas is barking. So I let Duke just go out of our room and do whatever you're gonna do. So I go to the bathroom during that time in my room, and next thing you know, I hear Duke like freaking out, like howling, freaking out. And I'm like, what the heck is Duke barking at? And I come out of the bathroom, and Teigen's knocking on my bedroom door. I'm like, what is going on here? And she's like, the police are at the door. I'm like, what? The police? And And like you said, it was all on camera, right?
Yeah, because she like showed me the next morning. She has like a Snapchat video where she's like, hold on, there's a police. Because she has like the room that overlooks the driveway. So she's like, there's a police in our driveway. And then she hears the knock. And then she like runs to your room, knocks on the door, and is like, wake up, there's a police here. And you open the door and you're like, what? And then close it. And then you open the door and you're like, is Kenzie here? And then you close it.
Well, because I'm like trying to get...
But there was no like recognition of like what was going on. You were like, you weren't like, okay, I'm coming down. You were just like, everyone was very frazzled.
Yeah, well, I was still half asleep, but I was like, I closed it because I'm like, I need to get dressed to go down and greet the police at the door.
Yeah.
And then I opened it again real quick because I'm like, wait, is Kenzie home? Because,
Yeah.
of course, when you told me you're going to party, it's now 12:30 in the morning, and the police are at my door, and I don't know if you're home or not.
Yeah,
I thought
that
I heard
looks
you
bad.
coming. I was, my heart dropped. I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I was terrified. And then as soon as Teigen said you were home, I'm like, okay, I can deal with whatever. God knows what is happening out. What what I'm about to deal with the police. But okay, I can deal with it as long as you're home safe. So I close the door, I get dressed, I go down, and Teigen's already talking to the police officer through
But she wouldn't open the door. Which like I could be smart, but also like, come on. Teigen is very scared of everything.
She's very, yeah.
So she's like at the top of her stairs, like yelling down, like, hello? Give me a second. Like, she's like talking to the police officer through the door. And she doesn't even like crack it open a little bit.
Yeah, she's talking because she's talking through the glass, and we played it all back on the Ring video.
Yeah.
Because we have cameras everywhere, obviously, and we were like playing it on the big screen, and you can hear him go, "Is this 4 or 2?" She's like, "No, this is neat. I don't know what you're talking about." So he's like, "Oh my God, I have the wrong address. I'm so sorry." And I was like, "What?"
Just waking the whole house up just for, how do you not check?
That's what Thomas is like. How do you not know? But it is kind of confusing because the house right behind us, they have a different address.
Yeah, because it's like a different
It's
road,
confusing,
right?
Yeah. So anyway, they were at the wrong house. Thank goodness. And then we all was like, what are they doing at the neighbor's house?
No, hearing that story the next, I was like, whoa.
Well, and then I was like, where was Kenzie? Well, Kenzie's asleep on her bathroom floor. I'm like, all right, enough said.
Yeah,
I was like, let me go deal with that. So that was a crazy night, not a lot of sleep. But then we're like trying to figure out why the police were at our, it's the neighbor that is the notorious neighbor for blowing his leaves all the time.
Yeah, he's
and
the
mowing
annoying one. Yeah, he's just known for it.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there, but this is the multiple times he's been there.
They've got I can't figure out what's going on there. They've got 1 million dogs, and there's different people there all the time. I'm honestly confused.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know what's going on there, but I need to find out where to get the police blotter. And also, this is not the first time the police have randomly been in our house.
No, there's been a few, actually. The last time was when there were just like canines in our front yard.
Yeah.
And then there's like a police officer knocking on our door, like, there's some guy loose. We need to check your backyard. And I was like, it looks like you're already doing it. So.
Well, before you knew that, though, it's funny because I was working late that night. It was
you were at like
late.
an event or something.
No, I was here. I was at my desk and it was late. It was like 8 o'clock or something because I was just dug into some project. And you called me and you were like, where are you? Because the police were at the front door with dogs, and you were scared something happened to me.
Well, just like you always say that commercial where they like come to your front door.
So horrible. That commercial is traumatizing.
It really is. Like from a young age, I like vividly remember that commercial. It's like the birthday party. It's like the dog commercial. It's like it really sticks with you.
It's so horrible.
Tragic.
And it's scary, and it's just something that nobody should ever have to go through. So I think we're all terrified. And then
the birthday party.
Yeah.
Tegan's 10th or somebody's 10th birthday party. There was
Teigen.
a bunch. There was like 12 girls at our house, and they're all running around the backyard having a good time. And our next door neighbor called the police for children in distress.
Yeah, welcome to the neighborhood.
But then he opened the door, and then there's girls running around all around our house, and they're dancing in shark costumes in front of him.
Yeah, the police officer was like, okay.
Remember talking to him? He's like, I was looking at the doorbell thinking like I'm busting a kid, like a high school party. He really thought he was doing something. He's like looking at the Ring doorbell all mean. You can see it because we have it on video.
No, I think
he was shocked when you opened the door.
No, I think he was really nice, actually. I think he was like, I can't believe I have to make this call right now to this, obviously, house where there's a party going on with kids.
I think when you opened the door, though, I think he expected a teenager to open the door. He said it. We caught him on video. He was like...
We have everything on video, just in case if you ever come to our house.
We got it on record.
Yeah.
But I remember that. It was... The girls are, like, running. I had friends over, too.
Yeah.
Because I looked at my front door. I was like, Mom? why is there a police car in our driveway?
And then the girls thought it was so cool. They're like, the Popo came to my party.
Yeah, they
'Cause
don't
were
stop
10.
talking about it.
Yeah, they thought it was like
The
they were
talk of elementary school the next day.
the coolest
Yeah.
party ever because the police came.
Listen, it's an accomplishment to get a party shut down by the police, I guess.
Yeah, so he was laughing, and I love because we have the landing and the girls up there in the shark costume. He's like, "Okay, you guys are clearly fine.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
nothing's
go."
going on. Yeah.
I know. I'm like, no, it turns out we just have stuffy neighbors. And then you were talking about the party that was going on last weekend in our neighborhood.
Yeah,
And
that was great. Teigen was having her another birthday party, and she comes upstairs like, Kenzie, you gotta go outside. They're outside watching a movie. I'm like, okay. And the ground is like actually rattling. Like I could hear the music, like hotel room service, like Pitbull, like very clearly from my front yard. And so they were only like a street or two over, I guess. But
Yeah.
I was like, how does that not get shut down? But like Girls on a Trampoline does. Like,
I don't know, but it's a weird neighbor. It's a little village. It's
well, I
tiny
said, I
little-
was like, this girl must know someone. Like
Yeah.
whoever's throwing this party has an in.
yeah, somebody's on the police
Especially,
force,
yeah.
and they're like, we're good.
Just look the other way. Nobody's being hurt.
Which, by the way, just means we need to make friends with them.
Exactly.
So yeah, and we were
Maybe
kinda,
this will stop happening to us then.
yeah, we were just jealous that we weren't at that party.
Yeah, I was like, where's my invite?
Yeah, exactly. So I was, it's funny because, well, first of all, I guess we should talk about the wine of the week, which we're drinking. I'm drinking. You're drinking sparkling water.
Yeah.
But I've got Bree and Michael off camera drinking with me so that I don't drink alone because that's weird. Cheers, you guys. Cheers. We're all enjoying. Kenzie, tell us what we're enjoying.
I'm scared. Is it Lieb?
You do this every time.
Lieb.
You're better. Like, this is
the third time I try to say it.
Lieb.
Got it. I
Okay.
just need to hear someone
This
say
is
it.
why this is a Sharon's thing, too. I love it.
Lieb Cellars, made by #Team Lieb, on the North Fork of Long Island using sustainable farming practices and minimal intervention winemaking. It's crisp and fruity with citrus and mineral notes.
Yeah. And Lieb Cellars is just, this is fabulous, by the way. I'm sorry you're not able to drink yet, and nor do you like wine.
Yeah.
You like wine.
Not that we would know that.
Do they even have wine coolers anymore? No one drinks
I
wine
don't.
coolers,
Yeah,
right?
that doesn't exactly exist.
what
It's
I
all
drink.
White Claws. That's like the thing.
It's like all seltzers.
Yeah, I mean, seltzers are in right now.
Yeah. So, but Long Island Wine Country is a great sponsor. We're so grateful for them. We have this really cool big wine project that we're getting ready to announce with them.
Exciting.
And actually, I'm going right after this to RG&Y Vineyards for the North Forker Magazine North Fork Awards.
Okay.
So
That
I'll
sounds
be
cool.
there tonight, which is awesome, and we just love having them as partners. They're the best, and also, oh, by the way, and it's been such a great education for me drinking wine. Like I went to the local liquor store this weekend, and I got the Bridge Lane wine that Sharon and I drank last week. It was there, so I picked it up. I'm like, oh my god, that was so good. I bought it, and I love buying local Long Island wines. So please. Support your local Long Island wines and businesses. And when you're at the liquor store, when you're at the restaurant, order the Long Island wines. These are families,
Yeah. All the vineyards are like, they have a special story.
Yeah.
So.
And they're family owned and they're sustainable and they care about Long Island. They love it. So thank you, Long Island Wine Country, lawines.com. Speaking of Long Island life, we're always talking about how, when I moved here, what it was like for me as a transplant, that kind of thing. But I'd love to hear your thoughts about, because you moved here, you were in the 6th grade, Teigen was in the 3rd grade, and it was a pretty quick thing.
Yeah,
for
it
us.
didn't really. I feel like in the time that I knew we were officially moving and we did, it was under 6 months.
Oh my God, it was 3. It was yeah, I had a month notice before I moved here, and I moved here in November, right? And then you guys moved here the first week of January.
Yeah, so it was quick.
Yeah, it was, and I think it was no one knew what to expect. You'd never been here.
Yeah, sight unseen. I was like, I'd never even heard of Long Island. Honestly.
Yeah, and you were, you had your friends and your network, and it was a lot for you girls to sacrifice so that, I could have this opportunity for our family. And I think, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
And you're I always say my girls consider themselves Long Island girls now.
Yeah, no, I definitely grew up here. Who remembers anything from 6th grade anyways, really?
Oh my God, I was just telling these, we were meeting with some friends, my friends from Catholic Health Services, and they have little kids. And she was her son wanted this backpack, and he wanted the Doja logo from his Doja karate thing on. So she's going to all this trouble and finding the logo and putting it on his backpack. And I'm like, they're not gonna remember.
It's more for the parents at that point. It's to make you feel better because I only know what backpacks I had because I have pictures of them.
Yeah.
Although I do remember the Paul Frank backpack that I
Yeah.
really made a fuss about. I passed it in a store in California on vacation with my grandparents, and I came home and I was like, I need this right now.
Yeah. And you got it.
I made everyone track it down. So I get that, actually.
Yeah, okay.
You get it too, I feel like.
Well, the things you do for your kids when they're little, and like the first birthday parties and the craziness that you have for kids, and then you're like, they don't remember.
Well, yeah, we always talk about like the cruises and everything. I'm like, I don't remember.
You know how much I spent on those Disney cruises? You don't even know.
You have the memories for me.
Exactly. It's memories for the parents. But so what was it like when you moved here? You know, again, it was like a completely different culture.
Yeah, it was definitely a culture shock because Arizona, like the kids it's a city, right? That we lived in basically, like the suburbs, it's not like New York. It's not like other cities like Chicago. Like they're very intertwined. So I feel like a lot of the kids grow up like a lot younger there. So there were things that like, I don't know, like they would definitely try a little bit harder. Like school was a fashion show over there. And I came here and everyone was very relaxed, like sweatpants, sweatshirts. And I love a good leggings and sweatpants combination. So I was all for it. And the kids are definitely more academically driven here, which is just something that I saw. I don't know if, like I went to a really good school in Arizona too, but it was just like wasn't the same pressure. So it's definitely like more of an expectation to do things here. It's more also, I think, just kids being kids.
Yeah.
Like it is more of like Long Island is ever like a sheltered childhood, you know, like you do have like a childhood. As where I feel like Arizona, a lot of the kids grow up really, really young and they're out
exposed
it's
to
a
a lot.
city. Yeah, like I saw a lot of things when I was in Arizona too, you know, like it's just like what comes with the location. But Long Island is definitely like, it's a good place to grow up. You got the beach, you have New York City, you know.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah, I like Long Island.
But the thing is you were exposed to a lot of things on Long Island, like when we go to New York City, that you never would have seen in Arizona. Like when you go to Penn Station and the people there are like screaming around, and you were like, okay, this is different.
Well, New York City is definitely very intimidating at first because I feel like all my friends here are like, oh, it's the city, you know, it's the city. And I'm like, that's New York City, guys. Like, that's a big deal. So anything around like New York City was very intimidating at first because it's just like a culture. Like now here, I like look at everyone funny. I'm like, walk across the street. Like you learn. You're like, just ignore it. Like someone tries to talk to you, don't take the pamphlet. You're different.
God. Remember when we went to Arizona for vacation?
I think I went to Madison and you're trying
in Madison. Yeah, when you went to look at colleges.
Yeah. I think you're gonna say when you tried to give the like homeless people that were fighting, like they were having like an altercation in the street, and you're like, should I give them $1? Because they were fighting over someone stole the dollar.
Yeah, someone stole the dollar. Yeah. Some guy stole the other homeless guy's dollar. He was like playing a guitar and he was like, this is my corner.
I always say, I'm like, that's not very New York of you.
And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I should just give the guy $1 and then they both get $1 and everybody wins.
No, I was like, you
were
never.
Like, what are you doing? Why are you engaging them?
In a fight? I was like, that is not New York. You are a New Yorker. Get it together.
I know. You're more of, I think you guys are born, not born, but you guys were raised in New York.
That's all we know, really. Yeah.
Yeah, you're more of New Yorkers. And when we go to Chicago and people are like waiting for the crosswalk, you're like, what's happening?
Walk. Like, it's not that difficult.
So I love that. It's going to be interesting. I think you're going to be very popular in Arizona, at Arizona State, because they're going to be like, she's New York. She's so cool.
I know. Everyone's going to be like, can you take me to the city? Like, show me around. Yeah. I feel like people are going to be like trying to stay with me next summer. I don't blame them.
yeah, exactly.
I would too. I'd be like, yeah.
I mean, because we were filling out your sorority questionnaire the other day, and it was like, we were like, what things are interesting? I'm like, the fact that you like regularly like go to concerts in Brooklyn. That's different though. And you like drive to Brooklyn for a concert. That's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm a city driver. What can I say?
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, that's very cool. Actually, I think about that. I'm like, I just regularly go to like a random hole in the wall concert in Brooklyn because I feel like it.
Yeah.
Like that's things that you don't really like see other places. Like I know Thomas says he did that a lot because you're in Chicago. But it's like unless you grow up with access to a city like that, like I feel like when I saw Harry Styles was having a concert in New York, freaked out. Because I mean, New York is such a good place. Like, so everyone wants to perform here, right? So we get like first pick on all the performers and artists. Like, I never have to worry about like, oh, my favorite artist is going on tour. Like, they're not going to perform in New York. It's not happening.
Yeah, they're always in New York. You can see anyone and anything. I mean, it's literally
and I was
access
like,
to everything.
Guys, I'll drive to the city. I'll get the parking. Like, I'll park in a park. I got it. Well, we're not subway riders yet.
No. But you know what? I think that's what's the best thing about Long Island, and you can tell me if you agree, is that you have access to New York City, which is everything, every culture, every, art exhibit, every amazing experience in the world, but you also live in this adorable village, and you do feel like this, you get a childhood.
Yeah.
You are sheltered. It's a very community driven. The neighbors care about each other.
Yeah, I honestly, like, I just feel like, I don't know, Long Island is, like, just better. I don't know. I'm like, I get to, like, go with my friends, be like, we're going to the Hamptons today just for, like, a little day trip. It's my favorite beach. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a little snobby about the beaches. I'll be like, I only go to the Hamptons or, like, Fire Island.
Yeah, you don't like
They're
our
the best-
beach on the
they're the
North
best
Shore. She's
beaches.
like, North Shore beaches, no.
Because I'm like, I go to get tan, and I need, like, a whole yoga mat to lay on our beach. It's, like, rock central. It's just, like, I'll go for the sunset, but I'm not going for a whole day.
Oh, you should, I don't think you listened to last week that aired where Sharon was talking about the guys at Robert Moses Beach and Tobey and Lake Jones Beach. They don't do ice cream trucks. They have like,
I heard
like
you saying
college
this
hunks.
because you're saying about the chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have like hot guys that walk around with backpack
Perfect.
ice cream.
I'm telling you, the beaches on the South Shore are better. They got the good lifeguards.
What?
They're bringing the chocolate.
Michael says they're already bringing the chocolate
It's like
taco
the
back.
Twinkies. You know what? It's like, I don't even believe it when a store says they're going out of business now. Because
Yeah.
they just do it to get, like, everyone goes to, like,
Oh my God,
buy.
the Twinkies. Remember when I like bought an Armageddon amount of Twinkies?
You came home with, like, $500 in, like, Twinkies and Hostesses and Ding Dongs.
Because they last forever and they were going out. So I literally
We
stopped.
threw them away.
I know that we threw them away because I don't eat Twinkies.
Because we moved, like, 2 years later, and they
2
were
years
still
later.
there, like, untouched.
I was like, oh my God, we're never going to be able to get Twinkies
Although,
or Ding Dongs again.
If
or
your
whatever.
dad was here, that would have been a different story.
Yeah, if
He
Grandpa
is
Mark.
Twinkies' #1 fan. Like, sponsor him. Someone sponsor him. He carries around straws in his pocket just in case he encounters one so he can suck the filling out.
Yeah, well.
That's how
he's-
prepared he is.
He's an interesting character. You love your Grandpa Mark. He's a character.
I do love my Grandpa Mark.
He's crazy.
Well, he just, there's always something going on with him. Like, he's here, and he's like, I need to go to Home Depot, 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away? He packs an entire bag with snacks, which he digs into. He's like, I need beef jerky. I'm like, for a 10-minute trip? I'll take you to the store next door and get you some beef jerky if you want.
Yeah. He like carries it into Home Depot.
He has a bag. He has like a Merce. I'm like, just call it what it is. Call it a Merce, because that's what you're traveling with.
Oh, so, okay. Anything else about your growing up on Long Island? I mean, I guess my question is what all Long Islanders want to know, and people, like, if you had the choice, would you raise your family here?
Yeah, I think, well, me and all my friends talk about it, right? Because I feel like where we live, like, a lot of people, like, their parents went there. A lot of our teachers went to our school. And like, at first, I remember being like, that's so weird. Like, that is odd, because everyone in Arizona, like, it's a growing city. Like, it's, a lot of people are there for life, but a lot of people are transplants. They're from elsewhere. So, or if you do, you move somewhere else, like, you move around. But here, people, like, do stay, like still. Like, they like their town.
Generations.
Yeah. And I think it's cool. Like, I would raise a family here. I think, like, it's got good school districts, you know. Like, I like where I go to school, but it also has, like, New York City. Like, where else are you going to get that?
Where else are you going to get it?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, once you get exposed to living on Long Island, because you were saying, we only were supposed to live here for 2 years.
Yeah.
I was like, I have a 2-year contract.
I talked to my friends. I was like, I'll see you in 2 years. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. And that was the plan.
That was
and then
yeah.
we fell in love with it and built a life here, and it's been amazing, and I can't imagine it any other way. And now it's so hard because, you know, people, you know this, people call for like other opportunities and stuff, and I'm like, pfft, I'm sorry, where else can you live in a beautiful
Yeah.
woods?
Well, they'll
go
call
to the
you for like places like far from the beach. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Kenzie's always like, let me tell you, no.
No. I'm like, you got to tell me, because you did this thing where you weren't telling me for a while, and it would get scary.
Yeah, well, I mean, because
Well, you weren't going to move anywhere else,
Right.
but I was like, don't even entertain there. Please stop.
I know, but no, I love it.
Because that's what we said about New York, too. You're like, never going to happen.
I know. I
So
tell
now
that
I'm, like,
story all the
nervous.
time.
Now I'm
Yeah,
nervous.
yeah, I get that. But truly, once you live on Long Island, you're spoiled. And it's funny because one of my favorite things to do on Long Island is in the summer is go to happy hour at the beach. Mm-hmm. And I'm always trying to get you guys to go with me. And it's so cute. Like in our neighborhood, I know you hate the North Shore beaches, but everybody goes. Our whole neighborhood goes. And all the parents like have a little circle, and then all the kids, and then everybody like has their rosé, and the sun sets, and all the kids are playing.
For sunset, it's good. Like, I agree. Like, sunset's good. But then the gnats come. Like, you got to get out of there. You can't stick around at the beach
can't
for
linger.
too long. You got to see
But
the sunset.
the cool thing is
go.
when the sun sets, and when it dips, everybody applauds. The whole beach claps. Yay!
I don't know about that.
And it's so like, it's like romantic. It's adorable. It's like utopian.
Yeah, it's weird
And
a
I
little
keep saying,
bit.
like, let's go to the beach. And you're like, no. I'm like, you're going to, girl, when you go to Arizona, you're
No,
going to be
I
like, where's
definitely
that
will.
beach? I don't care if it's North Shore.
I'll come back in December. I go to the beach in the winter all the time. I'll just go and sit there.
It's the best. I'm so glad. Thank you for moving here with me and for being so open-minded. I know it wasn't easy for you.
That I was the one who did say that we were supposed to move here. Like, you were, like, really on the fence about it, and I pushed you. I would like to say I was a big push. I was like, no, you should do it.
You did. You were always very supportive
Yeah.
of me and my dreams, and I love you for that.
Because you were told, I knew we were going to move somewhere. And the other place, I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, I had another opportunity,
I
and
was like, let's go to New York. Because we were even talking about just going for vacation.
Yeah.
I was like, let's move to New York.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what Long Island was, but I was
Well, you were in 6th grade. You're so brave, and it's been the best thing ever for our family. Honestly, it's been the best thing ever. And you and Teigen.
If we never moved here, you never would have, like, gotten married or anything.
I know.
Crazy stuff.
And you girls are, I always hear, like, total Long Islanders. You like the bagels and Carvel.
I'm so sad. I'm like, I need to bring, like, giant bags of bagels home, like, to Arizona with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I going to do? I got to hide them from my roommates so I can't let them taste them. Once they have them, they're going to want them.
I know. Long Island bagels are the best.
I mean, they're going to be like Einstein Bros. I'm like, you don't even know.
Yeah.
I used to think that was
remember?
the peak.
And you used to be like, and now you're like, egg everything.
Yeah, I used to only have plain or sesame. And now I'm like, egg everything. I don't do the flavored cream cheese, which I know is very Long Island.
Yeah.
Everyone loves, like, the veggie cream cheese. I'm not there
Michael
yet.
says no. He's He's lifelong.
Butter.
Oh, butter.
That's even worse.
No, she
I
doesn't-
worked at a bagel store and
for like a minute.
never again.
Yeah, she didn't like it.
It's just a lot of labor. That's not my vibe.
But and then Teigen was so funny the other day. She was like obsessed with chicken cutlets.
Yeah, I had never heard of a chicken
I've
cutlet
never heard of a
either.
chicken cutlet until I moved
It
here.
was
I was
Nicole
like, what is that?
who used to work here,
Nicole.
who brought brought over chicken cutlets or something that her mom had made. I was like,
I'd never heard of a chicken cutlet until I moved here. And now it's so funny because Teigen's been here
Everyone-
since 3rd grade, so she doesn't really know anything else. And she's like, chicken cutlet, chicken parm.
she's a little chef.
She's a little chef. So anyway, I love you. Thank you so much for supporting me. And I love that you had a great Long Island childhood.
Yeah.
And I think you're the next generation of Long Island. You're going to go to Arizona State, Barrett Honors College, and then go to law school. And then you're going to come back and you're going to be a Long Island elected official. And then you're going to be the president of the United States.
Let's hope.
Just so you know, I've like already figured it
A
out.
Long Island elected official is like saying a lot there.
Yeah, there's a lot. So
There's a lot that goes on
let's
here.
just,
Yeah,
just
whoa.
don't get into that right
That's a
now.
whole nother.
Okay, so can we talk about some CelebriTea?
Please.
Does anybody know how much
I'm
time
so
we
ready.
have? I have no idea where we're at. But so some CelebriTea. Speaking of your favorite, Harry Styles.
Obsessed.
Did you see that he stopped his concert the other day for a proposal?
Yes, and like I was singing.
Oh my God. Okay, you guys know how I feel about public proposals. I'm not a big fan. Like, I'm like, remember the one that Jones Beach at it was bad at the concert we went
That
to?
was awkward. Well,
was
you know what? If
so-
you're gonna go on stage and just get down on a knee and then like walk away,
Run.
that's not romantic.
Yeah.
But this one for Harry Styles was.
Did you see it?
Yeah, of course. I see everything Harry Styles. Of course.
Of course.
Saw it.
It was so cute. I don't know how he knew this guy was going to do this.
I
or
think
if-
he had a sign that he was like secretly holding. I think it was like a
Oh.
two-sided sign.
Oh, he had a sign.
I think it was like help me because that's what Harry Styles does. He's very like interactive. So he'll read people's signs. He stops the show for a few minutes and be like, let's read this sign. It'll say like, he does things that are like help me come out to my mom, things like that. But he'll also just read things that are like funny, you know, like
So you've seen him twice at UBS Arena, right?
I saw him twice in a few months. I was like on cloud 9.
So how awesome is that UBS Arena?
It is crazy. Both times I left and I was like, I don't know if I'm ever getting my hearing back. I don't know. The first time we saw Harry Styles was like a bloodbath trying to get the tickets. Me and Isabel, like we skipped class. We like scouted where school had the best cellar, got the tickets. I was like,
Yeah.
it was because we were trying to see him at Madison Square Garden. And then imagine when he announced that he was opening UBS Arena,
Yeah.
I was like almost in tears. I was like, this is not real. This is why I love New York. Because where else is he going to add on a whole last show?
Yeah. And then speaking of where else is he going to do something?
One night only.
He had one night. He had any place in the world to launch his new album, and he chose UBS Arena right here on Long Island.
Yeah, so the day I remember like trying in school trying to like listen to the album, like I'm going to see him tonight. It just came out. Trying to like learn it, and it was amazing. Like I love
you
Harry
love
Styles.
him. He's great. He put on a great show. And now he's got like
Amazing.
15 shows at Madison Square Garden, and Teigen's already pressuring me.
Listen, I even had pre-sale for that. Before I knew I was going away, I was like, guys, I will buy tickets. I was like, do you want to buy them right now? Like,
I don't
I'm
know
a
where
pro
I'm
at
gonna
this.
be. I don't know where I'm going to be on
I'm
that
so
day.
sad. I'm not going to be there. Now I'm in Arizona. He's not there. I'm like, I'm leaving New York for what?
I know. I'm
I
sorry.
could be
You're
there.
leaving New York. You come back. You're going to come back. But it was so cute. So he stopped his concert. He handed his microphone to this guy in the audience who then sang Only Fools Rush In. To his girlfriend.
Really well, too, I
Really.
think.
And they
Yeah.
sang it. And then the whole stadium started singing it with
It was
them.
really cute.
And they got on one knee and she said yes. And the whole stadium erupted. And then Harry Styles. And the cool thing about him is he stepped out of the shot, too.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He
it's
like
not about
stepped
him.
back and then he came back. I was like, oh my God, I love him.
And I think it was his last concert on his European leg.
Oh, was
I
it?
think too. So it might have been. I think so. So that's what made it even like more special.
Okay, so I know we're getting late here. Selena Gomez, who I love because I'm obsessed with Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, I know.
You don't watch that. It's so good.
I'm sure it's good, but because you're watching it, I just can't right now.
Well, when you go to Arizona State, you're going to want to watch it because it's all things New York. And they talk about New York and Long Island all the time and how New York is the greatest city in the world.
Yeah.
And it's so fabulous. And you're going to be like, oh, I miss it. It's so awesome that we live here.
Yeah.
And Selena Gomez is in it. And she produces that. By the way, she won an Emmy for that.
Oh, that's crazy.
And
I
it's
didn't
about
know
a
that.
podcast, of course.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. I've seen the first episode.
It's so good. It's about a podcast. And so then now I just heard she is going to produce a new version, a reboot of Working Girl.
Okay.
Which is a movie starring Melanie Griffith and Harrison Ford, who was in Star Wars. And they won they were nominated for 6 Oscars for that movie. And she's going to produce the reboot of that.
Okay.
And it's really cool. It's about where like she's basically an assistant or something, and she impersonates her boss who goes out on like medical leave or something.
Okay.
It's really cute. So I was excited to hear that. And then of course, bad news, Brittany Griner.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on my. I
Michael
thought I was
told
gonna
me.
beat you to that.
Michael told me. I know, because we were like CelebriTea, and Michael's like Brittany Griner. I'm like,
I
what?
thought I was gonna announce it on the podcast, and you were gonna go crazy.
Well, I went crazy earlier when Michael told me.
Yeah, well, we talked about it a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so.
But we talked about it.
Why don't you tell people? I mean,
well, she got 9 years because the whole Russian court system is different. Like it's very.
Did you know that, Brie? She got sentenced to 9 years in Russian prison for having a vape pen that has paraphernalia
CBD or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like it goes both ways because that's an unfair punishment. That's like crazy. But also, why are you traveling to Russia with a vape pen with weed in the height of the like Ukrainian tension with all that? Like, I just feel like we talked about smart travel because you were talking about the girl who got fined for her sandwich or whatever.
The Egg McMuffin. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
A girl going into Australia got an $1,800 fine for not declaring that she had an Egg McMuffin in her bag. Listen, I do that. I've God knows. You know how I pack food when I travel?
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking people.
How many times have I had an Egg McMuffin and I carry it?
You buy food at the airport and never eat it.
I never eat it, but I carry it with me everywhere.
But it's just things that we have to think about, I think, in your industry too, like smart travel, you said.
Yeah, I know.
You have to research where you're going.
Well, and you were raised in this industry. So
yeah,
you were saying when you went on your senior trip and people like have no clue how to go through
Yeah, it
TSA.
was funny. I have TSA pre-check. Like I'm good. I'm a traveler. I'm a pro. So I leave my friends at the long line with like the 200 kids in my school. I go to TSA, I breeze through, and then the other kid that had pre-check is like waiting. Is like, I can't go on the train alone. We're in like the Orlando airport. I'm like, I'll see you on the other side then. So I get on the train alone. I go to the terminal. I get my seat. I get my food before the line's like an hour long. I'm like, I travel with the school on the way here.
Mm-hmm.
But kids just don't know how to function. Kids are like wearing bracelets and like jackets through. I'm like, you don't.
Yeah.
Have you never been? Some kids were like, it's my first flight. It's like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I've flown alone before. Like, I've done it all.
Yeah, you're definitely a travel girl, right?
Yeah.
Because this is what we do.
Yeah.
And you know how much we love to travel, and travel opens up your mind and your perspectives and your horizons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when Brie went on the Destinations International, I kept telling her, I was like, girl, you don't even know what world is out there. Like, don't limit yourself. And she's like, oh, okay, sure. And then we got there and she was like, okay. I got it. It's a big world out there. And travel is what really shows you that, A, it's a big world, and B, I think it also makes you really appreciate where you live and your home, too. It does both.
Yeah, I'm thankful to come home. So I was like, oh, get me out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I love, that was an interesting perspective that you brought, which was like, it's horrible, and it makes me so angry, the whole Brittany Griner thing, and I think we're gonna. The guy who we're
she's
looking
been
at
used as a
trading her with,
scapegoat, 100%.
yes,
Yeah.
we're going to try and trade her with another prisoner. It's unacceptable, but who's also convicted, so whatever. But you were like, also be smart when you travel.
Yeah, you have to. If you're going to a foreign country, Russia especially,
Whoa.
you have to know that there's certain things, and they have strong feelings about that kind of stuff, I feel like if I was going to Russia, I would be, like, terrified.
Oh, my God, you are such a type A.
Listen, when I travel. I can't. We're so different.
We are so different. Tell them how.
Well, because you like to show up like 5 minutes before the flight lands. You like to just
Before
walk
it takes off.
straight on. Right. Before. You don't want to just walk straight on the plane.
Yeah.
You don't want to even pass go. I want to
Time
get
is money.
there. I want to have time. Because, it's super stressful. Like, when we were in Chicago, I was breaking down. Because we had to return the car. And then Thomas gave us his luggage and his backpack, and I'm like lugging everything. And then we don't have half the kids' boarding passes because Thomas isn't with us. And
It's fine.
no, we figured it out, but it was definitely a process.
It was.
I was about to like leave. You go.
You handle it. No, we were as a team effort, but you're definitely a type A traveler. You like to get there early.
Yeah.
You like to get in line. You like to be there.
I just don't know how you don't get stressed when you're like we're on the freeway and there's like our flight takes off in an hour. You're like it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm like it's JFK, but
No, I get there at the last minute. And
I feel like you just have extreme luck because you've never like missed a flight like that. Really,
no.
you have extreme luck. I
No.
just feel like maybe I feel unlucky because I feel like I would get there like 3 hours before and still miss it.
No, you're never missed a flight. Also, what other celebrity do you have?
Well, I had that Chrissy Teigen is pregnant.
Yes.
We talked about this.
Yes.
Which you were very shocked about this last night.
I was. I didn't. I'm surprised that she's putting herself through that again. Like it seemed like a lot.
She was really emotional about the last one. You would
But
understandably.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but I mean,
I was surprised too.
I'm super happy.
I thought she said she wasn't going to.
It seems like a lot. I don't know why it seems like a lot to put yourself through, but I'm glad she's happy and she's okay and thinking positive thoughts about her.
Next one, Ellen Pompeo, star of Grey's Anatomy, is in a limited role next season. She's only in 8 episodes.
Thank God.
But it's crazy. Like, why not just end the show? It's Grey's Anatomy.
End the show.
Listen, I am a Grey's Anatomy stan.
I know.
And
how many times have you seen it?
The most recent seasons, like you're right. Just cut it off. Just stop.
Michael's like, stop it.
Because
Stop
you know
doing
what?
this.
Once Derek left, once Mark left, like
McDreamy.
done.
I never even watched it, but honestly,
really good
McDreamy
looking.
I would watch anytime.
100%.
But I remember him when he was a nerd in movies, by the way. That's how old I am. Remember Can't Buy Me Love?
Yeah.
Which was filmed in Tucson.
I'm aware.
Um,
You made me watch it like a million times.
I love it because
he's
I
cute.
love that actress, Cindy Mancini. I wanted to be her.
Yeah, you
She
want
was-
her little white leather jacket.
She was my
or
idol. I
whatever.
had that
Yeah.
jacket.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Anyway, so yeah, thank God. Like, please make it stop.
I just don't know. Like, she's the heart of the show.
You
like,
were
just
rewatching
stop.
Grey's Anatomy last night.
I
where
was.
the patient had a bomb in him.
That is an iconic
In his
episode.
body.
That is an iconic
And then they're like,
episode.
and that's not ridiculous enough? Then they're like, and we're right over the oxygen line of the hospital.
You know what? I really
so the
can't
whole
watch
place is
shows
gonna
with you.
blow. Ooh, what's this?
Me and Ellen Pompeo.
Oh, Michael and
Stop.
Ellen Pompeo picture.
I can't. Any celebrity I love you a picture with that makes me so jealous.
I know.
But I can't watch shows with you for this reason because this is ridiculous. But then
Yeah.
you'll turn around and watch something weird. So,
Yeah, of course. What
and
else?
then final one. I don't know. Anyone watches Love Island?
Yeah, Bree was.
Bree might wanna
Bree's
step out for a
freaking
minute. This is
oh, Bree's
spoiler
leaving the
warning.
room. She's leaving the room.
Spoiler warning, everyone. I was told to give like a 10-second warning.
Bree
So
just left.
she's out. So the winners of Love Island were announced. It's Ekin Su and Davide. And they're the first two who I think are not OGs. So like when you step into the villa, like there's 5 girls, 5 guys usually, I think. I think it's 5. And usually like in the end, at least one of the originals is a winner. But these two were both bombshells that they bring in, they call them. It's like come in like a week. Davide came in like that day, but technically he wasn't part of the original cast.
So that's
But
it.
they're the winners. Big deal. Big deal.
Is it though?
It really is.
Okay.
It had the most, it was like one of the most watched seasons.
Okay, I'm gonna say something that's a big deal to my generation.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So funny thing is, the other day when I had a sick day, because
Mm-hmm.
you don't wake up until like you guys don't wake up until the afternoon. So
Not
the
necessarily.
whole morning I was like doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And with my heating pad and my icy hot.
Yeah.
And I have the news on in the background always, but then I had it muted because I was doing some work stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look up and I noticed the soap operas are on.
Oh, I know what you're going to say, I think.
And I was like, I'm thinking like the soap operas, people still watch these. Because I remember, by the way, being at Arizona State I would plan my class schedules around Days of Our Lives.
Oh my God.
I'm not even kidding.
But Lisa Rinna, or is that which one is she on? Or is that
no? Lisa Rinna was on As the World Turned. I don't know which one she was on.
I think Erica Jane and
Erica Jane. No.
Yeah, because
No, the other girl.
because she brought her on as a guest star.
Yes.
The whole episode.
I don't.
Eileen. Yeah.
Was it One Life to Live?
Oh, maybe not Days of Our Lives.
I think Days of Our Lives was Hope and Bo. Okay, I remember
okay.
Hope and Bo with the two characters.
I got you.
The main characters, and then of course Susan Lucci, Long Island Susan Lucci was
You tell me
All
about
My
her,
Children.
yeah.
She's
Yeah.
amazing. Grew up watching. I love her.
Yeah.
No, she was All My Children. Susan
Okay.
Lucci was All My Children. Lisa Rinna was Days of Our Lives. Okay, thank you, Michael.
Genius.
So anyway, I would plan my whole class schedule because then it was so great. That was like my break. I would go to the Memorial Union, and they had a big giant screen TV and all these couches, and you'd get like your Chick-fil-A
Right.
back then, and you would just like eat lunch and watch soap operas.
Yeah, I never want to hear anything about Love Island again. Then,
And everybody would
because that
watch
show's
it
ridiculous.
together. Everybody would watch it, and it was so cool. So anyway, I saw it the other day, but I haven't seen ever since reality TV. Like soap operas aren't even a thing, right?
Well, they're a little too ridiculous.
Yeah, they're well. Yeah.
It's crazy how long they've been going on though. Like impressive.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
Isabel's mom still watches them religiously.
Really?
Yeah,
Seriously?
I go over. Yeah.
So Days of Our Lives now is leaving regular TV,
I
and
knew
it's
you were gonna
going
say
to
this.
Peacock.
Yeah.
So you have to stream it.
Well, we could talk about HBO Max is going under.
What?
Discovery Plus is buying, or not, I guess they're integrating into HBO Max. All the original shows are getting like cut. All the there's a few that they're keeping, like all the big ones like Euphoria, Succession, all that. But HBO Max is being absorbed by Discovery Plus into one big thing.
Well, there's too many streaming services.
I think HBO Max is one of the best ones though.
Too many streaming services.
HBO Max is easily one of the best streaming services. I was obsessed with it.
So people aren't buying it though, obviously.
They have a lot of debt. Yeah, they're writing off a lot of these shows. That's the reason. If you don't ever release it, you can write it off as a tax write-off. So that's why they just did like the Batgirl movie and never released it.
That was so crazy. Did you hear that? They did this whole Batgirl movie. They filmed it for 6 months in Scotland, and they decided not to release it this
because
week.
they're doing it as a tax write-off. Because if they never release it.
That is so horrible.
Something's wrong with HBO, but they have all these shows like Euphoria, big deal. Succession, big deal.
Discovery Plus, I feel like, has been struggling. So they're
That's
like,
what I thought.
Yeah, that's
so
weird.
I was confused by
they're
that.
Getting it on there. Anyway, so, and the last thing on CelebriTea, which is very exciting, is that thanks to our amazing Michael, Abby Lee Miller is going to be on the next episode of The Tea.
I was freaking out earlier.
You're reading the notes and you're like,
I was like, why are you going to tell me this?
Abby Lee Miller, who is famous from Dance Moms.
Yeah.
And I mean, I watched a little bit of Dance Moms, but you for sure watched Dance Moms.
Well, yeah, when I was younger, you didn't like me to watch it because you thought they were like too mean.
Yeah.
But then I grew up and you couldn't
I wouldn't
stop
let you
me.
watch Hannah Montana. I was like,
I got it banned. I got Hannah Montana banned for talking back.
yeah. She got sassy one day, and I was like, you know what?
But you'd have to learn. It's just my
No
nature.
more Hannah Montana for you, because that girl was disrespectful. I was like, I don't like her as a role model.
It's just who I am,
She's
though.
banned.
Hannah Montana didn't really influence it. You have to know.
That's not true, because you were fine after I cut off Hannah Montana.
I still watched it.
Yeah, okay. I know. But Abby Lee Miller, how cool is that?
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
We're excited. She's gonna be in the next-
crazy these days, so I'm excited to see you talk to her.
Yeah, she's like, she's been through a lot.
She's had
Michael was
ups
telling
and
me,
downs.
and she's got staying power.
Hey, whoever can go to prison and then come back and still be like relevant and all that.
Martha Stewart did.
Exactly. Everyone loves her.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, did you hear Shakira might go to prison for 8 years? 8 years.
This is so crazy because I thought this was like a past issue, but now it's coming back. She needs help. She's going through a divorce.
Where are we at on
or
timing?
breakup.
Because I feel like we're talking forever. Yeah, he's like, wrap it up.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I have a lot of anxiety, but I'll do it for next week when Sharon is back. But here's one thing I wanted to end on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's August, right? It's early August. Already with the fall promotions. Pumpkin Oreos. Have you heard about them?
Didn't know they were back.
They're new. They didn't exist. Pumpkin Oreos.
Oh, they're like a flavor.
Yeah.
Oh, because usually they just have like the orange ones.
I don't know.
I got you.
So I'm going to say pumpkin Oreos, yes or no?
I don't like pumpkin.
Yeah. Anything?
No, don't like pumpkin spice, anything, because it's too cinnamony.
Oh, you don't like cinnamon.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Pumpkin Oreos? Right?
Why do you want to eat a pumpkin? Yeah.
I love, I like a pumpkin spice latte as like a little, I like the smell of it more than probably anything because it feels like fall, you know?
I got that, but it just
and
doesn't.
fall on Long Island is like,
It's bomb. Well, yeah. Then you got the
It really
farm
is.
stands.
It is bomb. That is so true. And I'm almost ready for it. I'm not ready for the
No.
just yet because I'm like, it's been hot, today I was like,
It hasn't been that bad.
I'm like, I mean, but by the time, especially when we get back from Arizona, by the time it comes, I'll be like, yeah, give me those brisk evenings. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I'm
Give
sad. I'm
me-
going to miss
yeah.
fall. I like fall.
I know.
All
I'm
the
sorry,
leaves
honey.
that change.
I know. I'm sorry, honey.
No.
You'll be back in time for winter, though. And
It'll
you're like
drop
me.
down
You
to
love
like a
winter.
crisp 70.
Everyone makes fun of me for liking winter.
I'm obsessed with winter. I love a good blizzard.
Yeah.
I
Michael loves it too.
Yeah.
Everybody else thinks I'm crazy for loving Long Island winter.
It's awesome. Well, I think when you come from somewhere where you get like, it gets down to 60 and then everyone's got a puffer jacket on, you're like, you really appreciate winter.
Yeah, I'm excited. So, and one more thing before we wrap up, you're going to go to Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be on the show next week back with Sharon and Abby Lee, which I'm super excited about. But guess who else wants to go to Arizona State and who it's their dream school?
It's Chris's daughter, right?
Yes, Skylar,
Yeah.
who and you guys are Snap friends.
Yeah, you told me about that. You want me to give her a tour. Gladly come out there.
Yeah. Chris was like, she's already asking for a tour. I'm like, let Kenzie get settled.
Yeah.
And Kenzie will show her the ropes.
I'll know where I'm going. I have my best friends there right now, so she'll give me the tour. I can pass it down.
Yeah. I love that the Long Island family, we're going to take care of each other. You'll show Sky
A
around.
lot of people are going to Arizona State that I know from around here, so it's changing.
I'm telling you.
It's your promotion that you did out there. So, yeah.
Thank you for giving me credit. It's a great school. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for coming on. I love you so much, and we'll see you next week.